I go to different churches, and most people, especially if you sing or whatever, and we came through contemporary Christian music, and in church every day, and everybody get up and say, I had they give their drug testimony, and so a couple of times I got up and said, well, I need to share my drug testimony. I was drugged to church when I was in infant. I was drugged to church on Wednesday night and drugged to church on Sunday night. Of course, drugged to church every revival. I was pretty drugged. And that was because, my mom and dad, when the church doors were open, we were there. It was understood. As a matter of fact, if you said, what are we doing on Sunday, they would start laughing because they knew where we were going. We were going to church, And, you think about where we are today. For me personally, my dad was my hero. But 1 out of every 4 kids today does not have a dad at home. Not a biological dad, a stepdad, or an adopted. 1 out of 4, there's no male in the house. And I never really understood why my dad was so passionate about my brother and I. I have a sister, and I'm a middle child. Anybody a middle kid? Okay, yeah. So anyway, but my dad, I didn't know all this until later in life, but his dad died when he was 5 years old. He did not have a father. And he used to pray, Lord, let me live long enough to raise my boys. I don't want them to be without a dad. And there's something about the dad figure. And I grew up, my dad was my Sunday school teacher. I couldn't get away from him. One of those kind of situations. He would take you to church, then he would teach you. So, it's just not there. But I saw something in my dad that I wanted. And I remember one night, I went into a church all by myself. And, of course, I was playing guitar with my folks and stuff. But, you can only fake it so long. It's like, okay, I'll do this for you. But I remember we sang at this little church. And the church we went to was just around the corner. And so I told my folks, I said, hey, my dad had a key to the church because he was a deacon there. And so I said, can I have the key? I'm just going to go over. I just wanted to go to the church. And I went into that church in the dark. And I sat down there on the pew for a minute. Then I just went up to the altar and I said, God, I don't know what my dad has, but I want that. I want that in my life. I don't want just something that you go through and you go through the motion. I really want to know you. Give me that old-time religion like my dad's got. And lo and behold, all of a sudden you start thinking lyrics and go, hey, there's a song in there. And I don't know about you guys, but songs come to you at the weirdest places. I was riding a tractor when I was driving the tractor, and all of a sudden this song just kind of came out of nowhere. And, nothing to write lyrics on unless you write them in the dust on the tractor. So I just sang it so I could get to where I could write it down. But it goes like that. As just a kid, I remember on Daddy's knee. I tried every way I knew. I wanted just like him to be. Followed him everywhere he went. I was right there in his shoes. Daddy took me to church and told me of Jesus there in Sunday school. Years rolled along, I watched his life more and more each day. And all heaven would come down when Daddy would pray. Showed me that you could live the life in the night I prayed through. Asked the Lord to save my soul, and this one thing please do. The Lord just give me religion like Daddy's got, the kind that lives on the victory side. The kind that makes you know that you're saved and fully sanctified. No, it's not just the kind on Sunday morning, but 7 days on through. I don't want no other kind, Lord, just the old kind way we do. Guess you could say Daddy started what you're hearing today. Sing songs and tell folks that Jesus, He's the only way. that real life, you receive His love, and you live to give it away. Still the old rugged cross, His amazing grace, that's all it takes to ask Him today. To give you that old time religion like Daddy's got, the kind that lives on the victory side, the kind that makes you know that you're saved and fully sanctified. No, it's not just the kind come Sunday morning, but 7 days all through. I don't want no other kind, Lord, just the old time way we do. And He gave me that old time religion like Daddy's got, the kind that lives on the victory side. Oh, the kind that makes you know that you're saved and fully sanctified. No, it's not just the kind come Sunday morning, but 7 days all through. I don't want no other kind, Lord, just the old time way we do. I don't want no other kind, Lord,